to talking about back pain and finances today. Why are they even put together? So, turns out I've been doing massage therapy for about 12 years now, and every time I work on someone, I find if they have lower back pain that I say, hey, any chance, just asking, if you have any back pain due to the fact that maybe you work in finances or you're frustrated about your finances. So today we're going to address the truth about this. The wealth that we consider to be an abundantly wealthy, there's a lot of things. Some people consider wealth as financially, like physically. Some people consider to be wealthy like through friendships and community and socially. Some people consider to be wealthy by just the fact that they're in love or they're blessed with the children that they have. There's so many different levels of abundance. And today we're going to talk about that, and I'm going to show you a couple of yoga poses that are going to help with your lower back and give you something to think about to reshift and take a totally different direction in how you think about finances and getting rid of any old habits, any old programming that you use. It's time to update, get new software in this system so that you can walk in the fluidity of how you're supposed to be walking and just without pain. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna first talk about, because yesterday I'm combining yesterday's spiritual balance with today's physical balance. So we're going to do a little bit of yoga, a little bit of talking about the spiritual part of it, abundance. So right now I have this really amazing mantra that I'm going to put out there, and it says Shrim, Maha, Lakshmiyei, Swaha. And what does this mean? It means, if I've written it down here, I don't know if it's backwards for you guys, but it says, and salutations. I invoke the great feminine principle of great abundance. So this mantra is really, it's nice for easing and recently transformation of negative energy into a pattern of a positive one. So I love this one because the energy is not just abundance, talking about abundance in the context of like finances, or like it could be the abundance of your wealth of friends. It could be enough food as your wealth. It could be your health is your wealth. So it's not just about finances. It can be about all those things and more. The energy of abundance is Lakshmiyei in Sanskrit. So we're talking about Sanskrit. This is just a different language. It just means Sanskrit. Maha can mean great in one application, and it's related to the heart center. So in another context, and so we're using both applications today, and which makes this mantra so appropriate for the abundance that we're talking about. And a lot of people think abundance is just simple prosperity, but like I just mentioned, it's far more. It can be any form, that abundance. It can be, in the core meaning, could be more than, like I said, with your friends as your wealth, enough food as your wealth. It can be your health as your wealth, and family relations as wealth. You just can keep going. But I love the fact that the highest form of abundance is love. Absolutely. There's no question about that. So this mantra is great for abundance, and it can be used as a salve. So what we're going to do is we're going to practice that. I'm going to say it one more time, and then I'm going to show you a couple of yoga poses that you can use for lower back pain, because a lot of times when the body, as I've given massage videos before, every part of your body represents what's going on more than just the physical. Why you might have an injury there, it represents something else. Like your knees represent your ego, your ankles can represent direction or flexibility, but for lower back, it represents finances. So let's do this mantra, and you can say this mantra as you're practicing your yoga, or if you're in meditation and you're breathing and you're just trying to ease your mind. So we're going to sit up tall and we're going to sing, and it goes something like this. Shrim Maha Lakshmiyei Swaha. Shrim Maha Lakshmiyei Swaha. One more time. Shrim Maha Lakshmiyei Swaha. And I'll just let you look at that one more time. See? Shrim, and this is a little breakdown. Shrim, Maha, Lakshmiyei, Swaha. Awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and you can use it just for your benefit. I know it's something that I've been quoting, and it helps me not to fret about finances or anything like that, but just to remember abundance. I want my life to be abundant, and so that's why I say it over and over again, is to create abundance, that mindset of abundance. I am abundantly blessed. I am abundantly blessed in love, which reflects and spills out into every area of my life. Now for the yoga, you guys. Only got a couple more seconds, but I'm going to give you some simple yoga poses to help with that back pain if you are experiencing back pain. So we want to remember flexibility and strength. Those are two of the benefits that you can get from yoga. So one pose that we want to do for strength training is being on your stomach, laying down. I might have to move this a little bit. Boom. So here we go. So you can take your elbows underneath your shoulders, and you want to make sure you're not too far forward, you're not too far back, but just underneath. You want that, you want to have, just like your legs underneath your feet, you want to have that stability. Now bring your legs together and then press into the palm of your hand, press into that ball of the hand where the knuckle, opposite side of the knuckles, press in there. Press your hips into the floor, into the ground, ground yourself, and gaze ahead. And then instead of sinking here, we're going to come up, opening up through the collarbone area, drawing your shoulders back and down slightly, and we're going to gaze ahead. And we're not looking up, we're not looking down. We have that neutral part of the neck, the cervical area, the neck part, the cervical area, it's neutral. And you're going to press your hips into the floor. And you're going to press your thighs into the floor. And you're going to have your legs together like you're creating like a mermaid tail. Your legs are together. And you're slowly looking ahead. Okay? So this is a nice option. Another really fun one that's just like you feel like you're not doing anything, but it's honestly doing back work, is taking your elbows and taking your hands to touch the elbows. And you're taking one arm on top of the other. And then you're just going to rest your forehead on your forearm. Now this is crocodile pose, and you can rest in that, and you're working your back. So back to here, little cobra. So we're gonna do a little baby cobra here, and gazing ahead, shoulders back and down. We're not using our shoulders as earrings, we're lengthening. And then you can always bring your knees in and sit back for what's called child's pose and reach the arms out. Relax the head down towards the floor. One thing I love to do for this pose to feel my shoulders is to make strong teepees with my fingers. So my fingers are like nice and strong. I'm not bending my fingers backwards. I'm strengthening and I'm lengthening. And I feel this a little bit more throughout the upper and the shoulder area, which is nice. So I'll go here. And you can always widen your knees a little bit, put your belly between, or you can be on top of your legs. All right, so here's another one that's really great, and where it's called a bow pose. So balasana in yoga, and it looks like you're a bow on top of a, you know, a cake or a gift. So we're gonna bend the knees, and as we do, one thing I like to do is start off just like we were earlier. Elbows underneath your shoulders, and I like to take my hand on my thigh, because what I'm doing is I'm keeping my hips into the floor. I'm keeping just underneath my belly button. All that is down there. So the bend is in the upper part of the back. It's not, I'm not feeling this in my lower back. I mean, I'm working it, but I'm not feeling like all that flexibility is being right here. The flexibility is in the upper torso. So it's in that cervical area, it's in the thoracic area. My lumbar section, my sacrum, they're stable. So I'm keeping this right here, and I'm not moving. I'm not bending up in here. I'm gonna keep this all down on the ground to protect that area. Then, as I place my hand back here, I'm going to bend that foot, and I'm gonna grab either the inside or outside. It's your choice. You're gonna have more opportunity to go deeper into the pose if you grab the inside, because you have that mobility of the shoulder. Now if you go like this, you can only lift so high, but when you go on the inside, you can lift a little bit higher. So you're gonna be here, you can do one leg at a time, gaze forward, just like that neck is neutral, and you can take turns. Touch the thigh, press the thighs into the mat, and gaze ahead, and you can press the leg. Notice my foot and my leg is pressing away from that arm so I can get a little bit more of the shoulder. And then if you want, you can do both at the same time. And you're gonna try to press those thighs and the hips down and release. All right, you guys, that's all we got time for today. I hope you have an amazing day. And remember, namaste. And we'll end with Shrim, Maha, Lakshmiyei, Swaha. Bye. If I can figure out how to end this. Woohoo! Oh, don't you love the background? Look how beautiful it is out today. So beautiful. Boom.